Alright folks, it's getting time of year to start changing it up again. Let's get ready to go on an adventure. But y'all, you know when I always leave the driveway here, when I leave the house, when I'm traveling, I always like to start it off say, hey, it's going to be an adventure. You never know what you're going to get into. Y'all, last week's adventure was one of them adventures that will always stand out, that I always remember. If you didn't catch the shows, I had a Tennessee turkey hunt that I went on. I left here Tuesday at 11 o'clock. I got there by about 3, killed a turkey about 3:30. So I thought, man, I'll go on to the next day because I had a couple of good days of weather. So I went on to going to Indiana, stopped by Nashville, my daughter's house, printed out a license, drove to midnight, got up the next morning, started turkey hunt. I went to a place that I've seen on a map that looked good. And put my boat in, paddled up the lake. Long story short, man, spent all day getting up in there. Had a turkey fire off at 11 o'clock. 4:20 something, I finally killed him. Started packing him out. But here's where the adventure really started, y'all. If you watched those two shows, the Tennessee and the Indiana show, you saw all that. I just told you a little bit of the highlight. You can go back and watch them if you want to see them. But y'all, when I started back out, I put a tracker on. And like I said, I knew how to get back out of there. Well, when I got back to where I'd put my boat that morning, I couldn't find it. I walked around there and I looked. And I'm like, I know I left this boat right here. And I could see somebody out on the lake. Y'all, my eyes are starting to get where I can't see distance, especially if it's starting to get a little late. Well, I got looking around there and I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, I know I put this boat right here somewhere. I got looking and I found half of my oar, my rowing oar. Somebody took it apart and half of it was there. Well, I got looking, I think that's my dang boat that guy's in. So yeah, here's a little bit of the real footage of after I realized that was my boat. And like I said, I was tired. Man, I done walked, I know 10 miles that day. 4 of it was toting that turkey and all my gear, 50 pounds on my back, out of there. So here's some footage of what happened. That ain't good. I might not got my boat. There's my oar. I done walked 3.37 miles. There's somebody out there and I hope they ain't got my boat. Some bitch going running yonder. You better be glad I wasn't close enough to burn his ass up with some bircheye. You know, I was pretty sorry. I ain't going after him because I'll hurt somebody like that. I ain't got nothing for a freaking thief. He parked the boat there. I see him take off running around through here. I wasn't so freaking tired. I could run him down. I started stopping loading my gun a while ago. It was probably best I didn't. Because I'd shot that sucker. He wouldn't have killed him that far, but I'd have burned him up and I'd knowed who done it. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. At least it's all intact. You didn't poke a hole in it. You can bet you next time I'll hide it a lot better. If ain't nothing about somebody stealing a sucker. I tried stealing it. Alright. I don't know what y'all would have done. What would y'all done? You caught that sucker? Like I said, I didn't catch him. I just seen him, but he was running. I tried getting a GoPro on him. I don't know if it showed up or not, but I had my gun and everything packed up. Probably the best, because he was probably 80 yards. I could have burned his butt up. I just hope he ain't messing with my Subaru out there. Alright, y'all. Leave me a comment. Man, this is, like I said, I get in some adventures. It could have been worse. He could have done got out here and stole my dang. Because these things ain't cheap, y'all. They're good, and they're light, but they're not cheap. So let me get it blowed up and get back to the dadgum car, and hopefully nothing matter with it. I made it back to the Subaru. Don't look like nothing the matter with it. Y'all, that was a day. That was a day. What you do for a turkey. Hey, Dad won't forget though. Hey, that's one thing what life's about, making memories, y'all. Alright, see you on the next one. Alright, y'all, you sort of see how it laid out there. Like I said, I already got my big camera out when I seen him going across there and zoomed in on him. But you don't think about things like that. I remember walking, thinking, man, I'm finna catch this guy before he gets out of there. And he had a big head start on me. But what he messed up and done, he took that oar apart. If anybody's ever run one of these little blow-up inflatable rafts, this one don't have a rudder on the bottom to help keep it from going left and right every time you paddle. So he was having trouble paddling with one paddle. So I almost caught that sun gun. And like I said, when I was walking to him, I got thinking, man, what am I finna get into here? If I catch up that sun gun, what am I finna get into? Do I need to load my gun? That thought crossed my mind. And I like, yeah, I want to shoot that sucker if I catch up with him. But in the back of my mind, like, no, you might not better do that, because you know yourself. There's no doubt when I walked up there, when that sucker took off running, if that gun would have been loaded I had in my hands, I would have shot at it. There's no doubt in my mind I would have shot at it. But my conscience, walking to him, thinking that I need to get my gun out and loaded. Because like I said, I had it on my pack, strapped in. It was unloaded. All my shells was in the pack. So I knew it was going to slow me down a little bit to get to him if I done that. And my conscience was telling me, I might not better do that. Consequences, yeah, that sucker needs some TSS in his butt, but my conscience was telling me, now you might not better do that. And y'all, after I got there and seen him run, I don't get mad very easy. I'm a very calm person. I usually can think things out. I was tired and I was hot. I guess being tired and that adrenaline of like, somebody's trying to steal my boat. But I guess I looked over on the bank and I see it sitting there, and I was thinking, well, worst case scenario, he didn't get my boat. It ain't like he got it, deflated down, and took off with it. But one thing about that place, it was a half-mile walk into that lake, behind the gate, a locked gate. So, y'all, that's just how it played out. That was my thoughts. I want to know y'all's honest opinion. What would you have done in that situation? And like I said, not sitting back thinking about it now, just your honest gut feeling. You know how you are. What would you think you would have done in that situation? Because I always look at a situation like that as, how can I learn from it? What can I do different next time? Because y'all, I've hunted all over the country. Never had anybody mess with me sleeping in the car. Never had anything stole. Used to never lock my vehicle when I got to a place, because I always thought, well, hunters ain't gonna mess with all hunter stuff. And years ago they wouldn't. I looked at, man, if I'm 5 miles off the main road on a little old dirt road or something, that the average guy's not gonna be up in there, it's just gonna be a hunter in there. I used to never lock my vehicle. But I guess since I got all this camera gear, and I usually always bring my laptop with me, I got several $1,000s worth of vehicle stuff, worth of gear in the vehicle, and a lot of times I bring multiple guns. I got where I like it now, and I hate that. I hate having to be able to lock a vehicle, lock things, to keep somebody out. Another thing, if you watch very many of my videos on boats, I've turned the boat over before. I've lost a boat. We pulled them up on the bank one night on the Mississippi River. Next morning, it's gone. The water come up just a little bit, and it's gone. You know, I learned from that. I always tie a boat off. Well, this one here, I pulled it up on the bank. Didn't hide it. Didn't think nothing about hiding it because I was in the back of a lake that was probably 3/4 of a mile. Somebody had to walk in there, or they seen it in the lake. You know, and that's what I don't know where the guy seen it. He knew that boat was in there. I don't know if he was in that lake and they fishing, and they seen it. Oh, I did see a set of 4-wheeler tracks up the road. The sign exclusively said no motorized vehicles. So I don't know if they come up in there on a 4-wheeler, put some kind of little boat in and fished it and seen it. But it wasn't one guy that I seen. Like I said, I got within 80 yards of him. When I got close, he had to come around a little old point there. And when he come around that point, he had a pair of blue jeans on, no t-shirt, and he had a little odd, sort of like a sailor's hat. It was a different hat. It wasn't just a ball hat. And he probably looked, he was a white guy. He probably looked about 40. You know, like I said, I seen him good enough for about 3 seconds there running that I think I recognize him again if I seen him. Oh, but yeah, that was just my adventure. Like I said, it didn't turn out bad, I guess. You know, I always thought, man, if I'd shot that son gun, I don't think he'd have done it again. But y'all, nowadays, I don't know what the legal legality is of shooting somebody stealing your stuff. And y'all, that's a shame. It's a shame. You won't be able to defend your property. And like I said, you may can't. I don't know. I don't know what the laws are here. But like I said, I want y'all's opinion on it. You hear it, it's got me riled up. Still got me riled up. But like I said, I will hide my boat better. A lot of guys come in and I put it on Facebook and a couple other things. They say, man, get you one of these Apple AirTags. I got one for all my other boats, but I don't have one for the raft because there's really no place to put it. Because you deflate that thing, all it is just a little old tube with a floor in it. There's no little odd pockets that you can stick it and not see it. And the other guy said, well, I put a cable lock and cable it down. This thing here, there's 2 little old handles that you might could run a cable lock through on the front, a little pull handle. But all it takes is a little old knife to cut through that. And that's another thing I've always thought about my striker boat and this alpaca is, if somebody wanted to sabotage you, all they had to do when they walked up to it and found it, stick a knife in and just rip it. It's unusable then, you know. So, like I said, I always say if you watch my boat, when I turn the boat over, my little talk I done on it, I always look at worst case scenario. I always try thinking worst case scenario when I go into a place. What might be the worst case scenario? And y'all, that has crossed my mind before. Come back out, somebody stole my boat or somebody sabotaged it. That thought has been in my mind. Where this one here, I knew I could walk around. It wasn't like I was up a river somewhere 5-6 miles or down the river and couldn't hardly get back up it. So, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment on that. But y'all, let's get into my next adventures here, y'all. I said if you watch the Indiana show at the end, I'm finna go bear hunting in May. So I got my big gun back out here. It's my 7 mag. I won't shoot it in. I've got the Leopold scope with the BC reticles. I want to shoot this thing in 300, 400, 500 yards. Because like I said, I bear hunted before. And I want it to where I can shoot a long ways. I won't be able to sit up on this side of the canyon, get on this side of the canyon, and I can shoot across. It's not a bow hunt. I don't plan on getting that close to them. Another thing, you see, I got my little. Well, this is basically Daniel 17. I got it out. I got thinking, well, I'm going to Montana bear hunting. What else can I do? Prairie dog hunting, y'all. I want to see if I can shoot some prairie dogs, because I've been out there a bunch of times and I always see a bunch of prairie dogs. I want to do that. I'm going to bring my shotgun. Probably just going to bring my 28 gauge. I want to see if I can kill a Merriam turkey. I may go into, I'm looking my route to Montana. I probably want to leave 2 weeks early because I want to hunt the last week of May. So I think, man, let's just take an extra week and see what else I can get into. I may go to Minnesota. I've killed a turkey in South Dakota before, so I'm not really that. I had never killed one in Montana. Wyoming, I had never killed a turkey. I had never hunted them 2 states turkey hunting. I might do that. Then, when I planned this trip, I got thinking, well, how can I involve the family, y'all? How can I get Sandy to fly out there after the bear hunt? Cause she's still in school in May when I leave. And then she's got a little trip she always does with a couple of her buddies. They go to the beach 3 or 4 days right after school. So she's going to do that. But I hit them up. I like, hey, y'all want to fly out there and let's just, after this bear hunt, y'all, let's go see the country. Let's go out there and see it. Because my youngest daughter, Janie, she's never been in Montana. And when we made that trip out there last year, she said, man, if y'all ever go back, I want to go, y'all. I want to go. So I hit her up. Or Sandy and I hit her up and say, hey, can you get off these dates? And she got check-ins, so she's going to fly out there too. She's going to fly out there and meet us. Her and Sandy's going to fly out there. Well, Jessica, my middle daughter, y'all seen her on a few shows. Her and her boyfriend, they're going to fly out there too. So we're going to make a big family event after my bear hunt, y'all. You know, I'm probably going to be gone 3 or 4 weeks when I leave here. But y'all, that's what life's about. Get to where you can, you know, if you ever wanted to do stuff like that. You know, I've got local guys and stuff that's come around me now and like, man, I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to go. I had a buddy the other day. He had a shooting house on the side of the road for sale. And I pulled in there and got talking to him and said, you know, what you want for a shooting house? And I basically bought it from him. He said, man, I've always wanted to go to the Rocky Mountains. He said, I've never been that far west. He said, but I've always wanted to go. He said, I think I'm going to go this summer. He said, and I said, you know, a lot of guys see what I do. A lot of guys and gals see what I do. I hope I motivate y'all. I hope I motivate y'all to want to go do some of this stuff, y'all. If there's something in your life you've ever wanted to do, you're not guaranteed tomorrow, y'all. So, hey, plan it. Make it happen. Make it happen. My dad's old saying he used to always love to say, he said, you never do it any younger. You never do it any younger. And that's a true statement because you can never go back in time and do something. It's always got to be in the future. So if you want to do it, get out there and do it, y'all. One other thing. This summer, after I get back from all them trips, Mobile Hunters Expo, guys. Y'all, Christopher and Josh, y'all are 2 super good guys that's come up with a little thing, these expos that are hunting. If you're a mobile hunter, a lot of times like how we hunt public land, you travel. You're going to be mobile when you get there, from tree stands to lightweight stuff, saddles. You're looking for lightweight gear, y'all, this is a place to go. They're going to have a show in Georgia, the Dalton show. Then there's one in Michigan. I don't know exactly the name of the town. And then there's one in the Northeast in Pennsylvania. Y'all, the Southern show and the Northern show, y'all. I want to get a friendly competition going here, y'all. If anybody knows me, you know I'm very competitive. I used to love to play baseball. Had 3 girls come along, used to love to coach softball. Used to love to coach competitive softball, y'all. I used to always love to bump up against a team that had more talent than us, but we always played smarter. I always said you could outsmart somebody that's better than you. So, that being said, like I said, I'm very competitive. So y'all, let's get a challenge here. I want to challenge y'all. I want to break it up between North and South. I want to have a North and South challenge at these Mobile Hunter Expo shows. It's just a friendly one, y'all. Because I think there's more mobile hunters in the South than there are in the North. Hey, what's your opinion? Hey, if you live in the South or you think you're a Southern guy, come to that Southern show, y'all. I promise you it'll be worth it. There'll be folks you can talk to that's going to be just like you. We done like 5 shows last year. I talked more at that Southern show, because I only went to, than I done at any other show. I was continually talking to hunters, and I absolutely loved it because I was talking to somebody that thought just like me. Y'all, I know that y'all Northern guys are the same way. I know there's some I've got some friends that are diehard hunters too. So, but let's get this show growing. And I think here's a challenge. I'm gonna challenge y'all. If you're from the North, you go to the North show. If you're from the South, you go to the South show. Because how are we gonna know who won? Is attendance. If the Southern show draws more or the Northern show draws more, that's who's gonna win. So yeah, what do you think about that challenge? How many of y'all are Southern? How many of y'all are proud Northern? Hey, we can all be friends, but we can always have a good competition here, y'all. So, let's end this show with that. And let's just get out and enjoy life, y'all. So, I'm gonna get all these sighted in for long range, this thing here ready to see if I can pop a few prairie dogs and get ready for this trip. And y'all stay tuned for it, because I will be putting out shows about it. See you on the next one.